Okay, alright, so I just booted up this game. It's called He Is Coming. It's on Xbox Game Pass and Steam. And I've heard some good buzz around it. Didn't really know what to expect. Something about a roguelike auto battler with a creepy twist. So let's see what this is all about, shall we? So right away, I'm getting this kind of minimalistic pixel art vibe. Feels eerie but clean. Controls are pretty straightforward. With the controller, you can use keyboard and mouse, or you can use controller. I use Xbox controller. Oh, and the inventory is already a bit tight. So, looks like this is one of those games where you really got to think about what you are carrying in the game, right? You can only carry two at once at the start. But wait, okay. So, combat is automatic. I don't actually swing anything. He just goes for it. That's kind of wild. I usually like having a bit more control, but it's also kind of relaxing just to let him go and focus on the build. I think this is where the strategic kicks in, right? I hope so, anyway. So, from what I understand, every few days this boss dude shows up. Different boss every time. And you have to be ready. So, I guess I'm supposed to explore during the day, stack gear, and then survive whatever nightmare come in when the sun goes down. Okay, so the tension is during the day you get your inventory and your items sorted out. During the night the enemies attack you, and they stay still during the day. So what else do we do? So this gear doesn't stack like you would expect, right, in your inventory. You really can't just hoard stuff. You don't really have an inventory, right? So you got to pick and choose. That kind of stresses me out in a sense, but also makes every choice count. I can see how over time you'd learn what works with every enemy, right? So there's certain stacks and builds you have to sort of use. So visually, I'm really liking the clean pixel art. Nothing too flashy, but the atmosphere is on point. The music is subtle, right? Like just enough to make it feel tense, but not overbearing. It's moody in a good way. It reminds me a bit of Loop Hero, but more reactive. So I am still sort of wrapping my head around this auto battler though. At first I was like, why am I not doing anything? But now it does kind of make sense. You spend your time building the right setup and then you just watch it unfold. You also have different speeds from 1 speed to 3 speed, and you can pause it whenever you like. So this would be really, really good if you want to stop and just figure out your build. Kind of feels like solving a puzzle more than fighting, to be fair. So there is a challenge system in this game, I think. You beat these mini goals, you unlock new stuff for future runs. I love that this gives me a bit of tension to come back and experiment, right? So you only have one life. If you die, you got to start all over again, right? But you unlock items as you go. There is also some player versus player build mode too. I will check that out later though. It's in a different mode. There is like, you basically go around the same similar sort of map, but you face other players' builds rather than sort of monsters and bosses, right? So it's working for me so far. This gameplay loop is already sort of growing on me. It's kind of like bite-sized runs, but with layers of strategic sort of underneath. I can imagine getting hooked on trying new builds or surviving just a little longer each time. And it runs super smooth, right? Because it's not like graphically demanding. The only thing I sort of find out so far is kind of frustrating is how random some stuff feels. Like, I don't find any decent armor before that last fight, right, in the game. And I got smoked just before that. So it might just be part of the roguelike charm, but we'll see how the balance turns out later on. This is just like sort of an impressions video, right? So yeah, He Is Coming. It is way cooler than I expected playing this game. So I've played quite a few games now in a sense, but this is still sort of a first impressions because I've only played it for a couple of hours. It's sort of creepy, it's strategic, and it's kind of chill in a weird way as well. I'm definitely going to do a few more runs. Maybe dive into the Kingmaker mode, which is the multiplayer mode, which is basically fight the other people's builds. If you're curious too, this game is also on Game Pass and it's also on Steam. So let me know in the comments below if you played it or if you want to see more of this game, right? This is just going to be a short, quick introduction to this game, and honestly, he is coming for roguelike aspects. It doesn't look much when you first look at it because of like minimalistic roguelike element, but when you play it, it's actually really, really addictive, like super addictive, to the point where I was actually shocked and surprised on how good the actual game is. Like, I was actually shocked. I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, I love roguelikes, but this does not look like it. I then go and play a few games and I'm like, oh, wait, there's actually a ridiculous amount of complexity. And even though it's an auto battler, it's a good auto battler. It's not like a bad auto battler. It's actually a good auto battler. And it actually takes some of the pressure off, in a sense that, like I said before, all you really have to do then is like think about your build. And there's a lot of builds in this game, dude. Like, you can go strength stacking, you can do heal stacking, you can do armor stacking, but then that's the strategic elements are, why are you stacking this? Why are you stacking armor for? Oh, that's because when you stack armor, there's another item that converts 2 armor into 3 speed and 1 damage every 2 armor. So you stack the armor to then get converted into damage and speed. Or there's an item that makes you have armor, but also gives you the freeze element, which slows your attack down. But if there's another item that stacks on top of that, if you have freeze when you start the game, it then stacks to a different item that then gives you either more power or thorns. So there's an item in this game, for example, that gives you 8 defense, but also makes you frozen for 3 turns, which halves your damage. But there's also another item that if you start off frozen, you automatically get thorns. So what happens is you stack armor, but you also frozen, so you only lose half your damage. But the damage doesn't matter because you are then using another item to convert the frozen that you are taking into thorns. And then when the enemy hits you, it hits the armor, but also takes thorns damage. So it's almost like a reactive, different type of build. And I've been trying to work out there's all different types of builds, loads of different types of builds. And the complexity is actually there, dude. So much complexity. It's just amazing. And it's just really, really good. I would definitely recommend you try this game out. Even if you don't want to buy it, you can just go on Game Pass. It's on PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass. And it runs super well on any system. You can run this on a laptop from like 2010 and it will be fine. You could probably get away with running this game on your phone, dude. That's how low end it is in terms of graphics and stuff. But yeah, if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. This is a new roguelike, and it's actually simple but extremely complex at the same time. It is really, really fun, and I recommend anyone who likes these sort of games to definitely check it out. Okay? Perfect. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace!